money roll, yeah, I'm looking at the bank statements, I do not want to tell, yeah, nuts with my gang, you be just a stain, cover on my chain.
What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are having a great day as usual. So for this video, I'm switching it up a little bit. We're going to be doing a reaction video of how deep the deepest part of the ocean is. Now, I know the deepest part of the ocean is the Marianas Trench. I just don't know how deep it is. And I'm not sure exactly what ocean it's in. I think it's the Pacific, but I may be wrong. So we're going to figure that out, of course, throughout the video. But I'm going to make a prediction before the video starts. I think that the depth of the ocean is around 25 to 30 miles. Now, a mile, guys, if you don't know what that is, if you've ever been to school or a track and field track, they always have those 400-meter loops. So a mile is 400 meters 4 times, so 1,600 meters. So it's not that far, but it's still kind of a big distance, you know what I mean? So I'm saying 25 to 30 miles. And if it's anything above that, like 15 or 12 or something like that, then pretty much the conclusion I'm coming to is that even the deepest part of our oceans aren't that deep, you know? That would mean the majority of the world is pretty much within the mantle and the core of the earth, and that we live on a thin layer of the crust. So that would kind of be a little bit of a mind blown for me, just thinking. And pretty much we haven't really mapped out all the ocean at this point in time, right? So we don't really know if the Marianas Trench is the deepest part in the ocean. So we're pretty much just going based off the knowledge we have at this point in time in history. So things may change a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, but at the moment right now, I'm pretty sure the Marianas Trench is number one of the deepest places that we know of. Like I said, for my prediction, I'm going for 25 to 30 miles deep. So let's jump into the video, guys, and check it out. Let's go.
Just how deep does the ocean go? If you took the highest point on land and submerged it, you would still have more than a mile between you and the deepest point in the oceans. The oceans harbor 99% of all living space on Earth
99%.
and have enough water to fill a bathtub that's 685 miles long on each side. For scale, here's a human, and here's a blue whale, the largest animal on Earth. Blue whales usually hunt at depths of around 330 feet within the well-lit zone of the ocean. Deeper down, at 700 feet, the USS Triton became the first submarine to circumnavigate the Earth in 1960. At 831 feet, we reached the deepest free dive in recorded history. Down here, the pressure is 26 times greater than at the surface, which would crush most human lungs. But whales manage it, diving to a max depth of 1,640 feet where they hunt giant squid. At 2,400 feet, we reach the danger zone for modern nuclear attack submarines. Any deeper, and the submarine's hull would implode. 2,722 feet down is where the tip of the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa, would reach. A little farther, at 3,280 feet, we're deep enough that sunlight can't reach us. We've now entered the midnight zone. Many animals down here can't see, like these eyeless shrimp at 7,500 feet who thrive near scalding hot underwater volcanoes. At this depth, temperatures are just a few degrees above freezing, but the waters around hydrothermal vents can heat up to 800 degrees Fahrenheit. 9,816 feet is the deepest any mammal has been recorded swimming. The Cuvier
How
beaked
does it
whale.
survive with the pressure?
But not even the Cuvier beaked whale could explore the RMS Titanic, which rests at a staggering depth of 12,500 feet. The pressure is now 378 times greater than at the surface. Yet you can still find sea life.
How
does
the sea life survive with the pressure?
And Dumbo
It
octopus,
doesn't make any sense.
the deepest living octopus on Earth. At 20,000 feet is the Hadal Zone, an area designated for the ocean's deepest trenches, like the Mariana Trench. If you tipped Mount Everest into the Mariana Trench, its summit would reach down to 29,029 feet.
Oh my God.
That still doesn't compare to the 2 deepest crewed missions in history. In 2012, director James Cameron descended to 35,756 feet for the Deep Sea Challenger
Wow, James Cameron.
But Cameron didn't quite break the record, which was set by oceanographer Jacques Piccard and Lieutenant Don Walsh in 1960. Piccard and Walsh descended to the lowest point on Earth, Challenger Deep, at a record 35,797
35,000
feet.
feet?
Since then, scientists have sent half a dozen unmanned submersibles to explore
Oh
Challenger
my
Deep,
God.
including Kaiko, which collected over 350 species off the seafloor between 1995 and 2003. But scientists estimate there are potentially thousands of marine species we have yet to discover. Humans have explored an estimated 5 to 10% of Earth's oceans. We've only just begun to understand the deep, dark world that flows beneath us.
Incredible, guys. 35,000 feet. So I'm going to have to do the calculation, and I'll let you know in the outro pretty much how deep that is in terms of miles. But Jesus Christ. The thing that really gets to me is that James Cameron, a director, someone who's probably used his own money to do something like that, was able to actually almost set a record and go discover and like just be at that kind of depth, you know what I mean? That's crazy. And like I said, he's not like some scientist or anything like that. So I feel like there should be more funding going on in terms of like discovering our own oceans and discovering our own planet, you know what I mean? Like he said in the video, only 5 to 10% of the oceans have been mapped and discovered. So as a human race, we should all kind of do that so we could learn the most we can from our own Earth, you know? And another thing that shocked me is the fact that there are still living animals down that deep. That's unbelievable. With the amount of pressure that would be on their bodies, I guess, I don't know how they would be able to survive that. Like I said, they're born there, so they obviously adapt since birth. But just the thought of that much pressure being on your body doesn't really make any sense to me. So let me know how you guys feel about that. But yeah, I'm going to figure out what 35,000 feet is in terms of miles, and I'll let you know in the outro video, guys. But I'm still kind of shocked, just kind of in disbelief of how crazy our world is, how unique and how just like undiscovered the oceans are, you know what I mean? I feel like they're the last frontier on Earth that we haven't discovered yet. So I'm going to let you guys know how much 35,000 feet is, so catch you on that. So guys, after converting the 36,000 feet to miles, what I figured out is that the ocean is only 7 miles deep, which I would have thought it'd be a lot deeper, because it just in my mind, that's what I was thinking. So I don't, like I said in the opening, that pretty much we live on a thin crust. Even the ocean, the deepest part of the ocean, is pretty much on a thin crust compared to the mantle. And it's really funny because like some of the moons around Jupiter and Saturn, like Europa and Titan, they have liquid oceans that are hundreds of kilometers deep. So their oceans are 10 times the size of our oceans, and those moons are smaller than Earth themselves. You know, they're just completely filled. Even, I think the core is probably smaller, and the mantle of those moons are smaller. That's why the ocean is allowed to be that deep. But it's just still astonishing that our oceans go that deep, and that pretty much we haven't mapped them, or we haven't really discovered them, or at this point in time we're not even looking to discover them. We're too caught up in our own business that's going on. So I feel that's kind of like a sad thing in terms of our own discovering our own planet, and just kind of learning from our planet and understanding our planet. I think we really need to get on that moving forward as a civilization and as a species, you know? Especially the species that we are. We're humans. We're meant to be the guardians of this earth, you know? We have the mind to do it, and we have the ability to do it. So I feel like we got to step it up, and we got to kind of learn to understand our world, you know? So let me know what you guys think in the video. What did you think about the ocean being that deep? I mean, it's still kind of mind-blowing. The most mind-blowing thing to me is, like I said, that there's still life down there without sunlight, with the added pressure of the water. There's still life. So if life could live down there, there's got to be life throughout the universe. And another thing that astounded me, again, like I said, that James Cameron, a movie director, the director of Terminator 2 and Alien and Avatar, you know what I mean? He's the one. He probably funded it himself, and he's the one who kind of went to that second, he made the second deepest level ever, you know what I mean? It's just like, you would have thought like a government agency would have done that, but I guess, like I said, there's not enough funding, so it's kind of disappointing in that regards, but it's still kind of amazing. Like I said, this world is beautiful, guys, so it's just just every day take a few minutes out of the day and appreciate where you are, appreciate your surroundings, and appreciate this world. But anyways, guys, like always, take care of yourself, stay safe, because it is a crazy world out there, and there are a lot of crazy people. But most importantly, guys, peace.